Guys, I just wanted to show you really quick what your homework and classwork was going to look like and just kind of go over it really quick before you get started, or I guess after if you need some help. But if you look at this first section, it just says graph the equation. So by now we should know how to graph the parent function. Okay, if not, go back and look in your notes. We also should know how to complete the table for the parent function, and we should know where the vertex of that parabola is. So hopefully you know this. It's all in your notes. Go back and take a look. The second portion is kind of weird. They use the letter W. I would replace those with K's so that way they're not as confusing, but you can change all of yours if you want. It just basically says, hey, what value can you put in for K that's going to give the graph the number of x-intercepts that it's asking for? So what value of K can you put in to give it 2 x-intercepts, 1 x-intercept, and how can you get no x-intercepts? So you're just basically, there's a million answers you can get for this. So if you're thinking, wow, it could be a bunch of different things, yeah, you're right. All right, next, you're going to have a bunch of problems where you have to graph. So remember what H and K and A do. That way you can figure out where your vertex is going to be. So you got to find your vertex. Hopefully at this point you know how to look at one of these equations and determine where the vertex is. Okay, if you don't, please ask me. Okay, at this point, actually I'll just tell you, because if I haven't taught you, here it is. If you have an equation in this form, your vertex is HK. Okay, that is your vertex, H comma K. So your H value is your X, your K value is your Y, but be very careful. This is going to be the opposite of whatever that sign says once again. So remember what the form is. This is opposite. So for example, if this is your equation, x minus 3 squared plus 2, then my vertex is 3, 2. So just to give you an example. Okay, that'll help you out a lot, and it'll also help you so you can get started and get those graphed. All right, this next section, I'm just going to leave it small. Hopefully you can see it. It's just giving you some tables, and then it asks you where the vertex is. AOS stands for axis of symmetry. Okay, axis of symmetry. So hopefully you know what that is. If not, go back to your notes on standard form, because we did a bunch of problems on axis of symmetry. I'm going to ask you for the x-intercepts. So where does your graph cross the x-axis? And it also asks you for if it is a minimum or a maximum. So you're going to literally just circle one or the other, and it's in the same notes that I mentioned before. All right, other than that, it should be pretty self-explanatory. Please ask me if you guys don't know what to do on a section. Okay, don't just sit there and say, oh, I just don't get it. All right, please ask or come to office hours. All right, see you guys.